everyone. Welcome back to English Language Journey. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ben. Today, we're talking about something fun and maybe a little creepy.
That's right. We're learning reported speech through local myths and urban legends.
Even if you don't believe in ghost stories, they're perfect for practicing English because we often tell stories that someone else told us.
Exactly. You'll hear natural conversations, useful reporting verbs, grammar explanations, and vocabulary you can actually use in daily English. Before we start with the scary stories, let's quickly explain reported speech.
Reported speech is when you tell someone what another person said without repeating the exact words.
For example, Sarah says, "I saw something strange." Later, you tell your friend, "Sarah said that she had seen something strange."
Notice how the tense changes. Present becomes past. Past becomes past perfect. And sometimes words like today, here, or tomorrow also change depending on the situation.
Don't worry. We'll learn naturally while listening to stories.
When I was in college, one of my classmates told me about an old bridge outside his hometown.
Really? What did he say?
He said that people heard whispers whenever they crossed the bridge after midnight.
That's creepy. Did he actually go there?
Yes, he said that he had gone with 3 friends. He explained that they hadn't expected anything unusual, but after they reached the middle of the bridge, they all heard someone quietly calling their names.
Did anyone see a person?
No, he told me that nobody had been standing nearby. He insisted that the bridge had been completely empty.
Wow. So he claimed that everyone had heard the same voice?
Exactly. He said that they had run away without looking back.
Let's look at the useful reported speech. He said, "People hear whispers" became, "He said that people heard whispers." Another example. "We went to the bridge" became, "He said that they had gone to the bridge."
Notice these reporting verbs: said, told, explained, insisted, claimed. Each one gives a slightly different feeling.
My grandmother used to tell me an old story. She said that many years ago, a woman disappeared on a lonely road.
I've heard stories like that. What happened next?
Grandma told me that drivers sometimes saw a woman wearing white clothes. She explained that the woman asked for a ride. Then, she disappeared before they reached town.
That's terrifying. Did your grandmother believe it?
She said that she wasn't sure, but she admitted that several neighbors had shared the same story. She also mentioned that local taxi drivers avoided that road late at night.
Interesting. She didn't say it was true. She simply reported what other people had experienced.
Exactly. That's what reported speech is all about. Listen to these examples. Grandma said, "A woman disappears" became, "Grandma said that a woman disappeared." She said, "Several neighbors shared the same story" became, "She said that several neighbors had shared the same story."
We're focusing on the story someone else told, not on proving whether it's true. Last year, my cousin went camping. When he came home, he looked completely serious.
What did he tell you?
He said that everyone had heard strange footsteps around their tent. He explained that they had checked outside several times, but they hadn't found anyone. Later, the park ranger told them that many visitors had reported the same sounds.
Did the ranger explain them?
Yes, he said that some people believed the sounds came from wild animals. Others thought something mysterious lived there.
I like that answer. It leaves room for imagination. Notice these reporting verbs: reported, believed, explained, admitted, mentioned. These verbs make your storytelling sound much more natural. Instead of saying "said" every time, you can vary your language.
Let's learn some useful reporting verbs. Say, he said that, simple and neutral. Tell, she told me that. Remember, tell usually needs an object. She told me. He told his friend.
He mentioned that, used for extra information.
admit. She admitted that. Used when someone finally tells the truth.
Insist, he insisted that. Shows strong belief. Warn, they warned us that. Someone gives advice about danger.
Promise. She promised that. Someone makes a commitment. Suggest. He suggested that. Someone gives an idea. Ready for a challenge? I'll say a direct sentence. You change it into reported speech.
Let's do it.
I heard strange music. Pause. Now listen. She said that she had heard strange music.
The lights went out. Pause. He said that the lights had gone out.
We saw a shadow. Pause. They said that they had seen a shadow.
I don't believe the story. Pause. She said that she didn't believe the story. Great job if you answered before us. That's excellent practice.
When native speakers share local stories, they often begin with phrases like these. I heard that. My friend told me that. My grandmother used to say that. People believe that. They say that. Someone once told me that. I've been told that. According to local people, my neighbor claimed that. There was a rumor that.
These expressions immediately tell your listener you're sharing information from another source. Before we finish, let me tell you one last legend. A traveler once told my uncle that an abandoned lighthouse was haunted. He explained that visitors often saw a bright light near the top, but the lighthouse no longer had electricity. He claimed that people heard footsteps climbing the stairs. He also mentioned that nobody had ever found another person inside. My uncle laughed at first, but later, he admitted that he had never visited the lighthouse after sunset.
Whether the story is true or not, it's a perfect example of reported speech. You know what I love about today's lesson?
What's that?
We didn't just learn grammar, we learned how people actually tell stories in everyday English.
Exactly. Think about it. We rarely repeat someone's exact words. Most of the time we say things like, my friend told me, or I heard that.
And that's why reported speech is so useful. It helps your English sound smooth, natural, and conversational.
Next time you hear an interesting story, don't just keep it to yourself. Try telling someone else about it using reported speech.
It doesn't even have to be a ghost story. Maybe your teacher shared a funny moment. Maybe your grandmother told you an old family story. Or maybe your friend told you something surprising that happened at work or school.
Every time you retell a story, you're practicing English without even realizing it.
Here's a little challenge for you. Think of one interesting story you've heard recently and tell it in English, using phrases like, my friend told me that. My uncle said that. Someone mentioned that. Or, I heard that. If you enjoyed today's episode, let us know in the comments. What's the most famous myth, legend, or mysterious place in your hometown?
Try describing it using reported speech. We'd love to read your stories.
Thanks so much for spending part of your day with us.